Of Hannibal could be a step closer to providing more transparency for taxpayers. And WGEM's Raja Maples has more on what council members decided at tonight's meeting. Raja.
That's right. Should Hannibal's department heads be required to provide monthly reports to the city council? That's the question that could appear before voters this November in an election. Tonight, the council approved a first reading of an ordinance to make that happen. If approved at its second reading later this month, the ordinance would require department heads to provide written monthly reports to the council.
We've spent several weeks going back and forth on this issue. We've reached out to a lot of our constituents, and I say we, I've worked with some other councilmen on this. We've gotten a lot of feedback, and the feedback is pretty much positive. We do want to make it mandated that the city manager provides the report. As far as reading it out loud, we like the way it is.
But 3rd Ward Alderman Stephen Franke and 4th Ward Alderman Charles Phillips disagree. They say they have spent months trying to get this measure approved and prefer city managers to provide both written and oral reports at city council meetings.
I'm a business guy by nature. Hannibal has revenues of $25 to $30 million a year. If you were to look at that like a business, I've never heard of a business of that size where, the so-called board of directors is actively discouraging its chief executive officer to communicate with its customers, owners, and overseers.
The Hannibal City Council will vote on the second reading of that ordinance at its next meeting later this month. If approved, voters will have the final say in the November election.